Hey guys, welcome back to a new video, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Jaisha, and it's been a little while since we just sat down and had a little chat. So that's exactly what we're doing today. I am going to be talking you through my hair journey pretty much from the very beginning until now, which I don't think I've ever made a video about, but also more importantly, what I would do differently during my hair journey. I will try to also include some pictures of whatever I can from the time periods that I am referencing, but I don't know how much I have, and also like quality, and I don't know. I'll put in what I can. Before we start, are you subscribed to my channel? No, you're not, but you like to come back and keep watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, join the party, you will not be disappointed. All right, so let's start all the way at the beginning. As a kid, my hair was always in braids, pretty much most of my childhood. I used to get my hair braided every week or 2 weeks. For the most part, my hair was always in braids for a long time. I used to get told I look like Alicia Keys all the time because that's when she was in her braids era too. So braids most of the time, or just, you know, like clips and bows like how little girls wear. And eventually at some point in middle school, around 6th, 7th, 8th grade, well, probably before that, I started begging my mom for a perm, like begging. I wanted a perm so badly for whatever reason, probably because that's just what I saw everyone around me had, like, you know, all the women in my family, moms, aunts, not uncles, all the women in my family, even the kids at school. Everyone around me, that just seemed to be the thing at the time, and I just felt like, you know, super kiddish while everybody else had a perm and straight hair. So I wanted a perm, and my mother was very against it for a very long time. She refused. She did not want to give me a perm. I begged so hard that she finally gave in, and around at some time in middle school, I finally got a perm. I thought you couldn't tell me nothing when I got that perm. My hair was all the way down my back. I went to school like, y'all can't tell me nothing. I got a perm. My hair is longer than yours. Let me stop playing. I was super happy that I finally got a perm and had straight hair, but within like a year or 2 years, a lot of my hair had broken off because I did not know how to properly care for it. So I would get my hair done, and I probably would, you know, do a touch up or perm my hair again. I think I was getting, this was all, I was getting it professionally done, not myself or not at home. I probably got a perm twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, I would get another perm. So not super often, but again, I didn't really know how to take care of my hair, and so it kind of broke off. What I really remember from that time period is I loved Sister. I loved Tia and Tamera, so I would always try to copy the hairstyles that they had. Whatever they did on their show with their hair, like, it used to be really cute, funky, different types of hairstyles, because I kind of felt like I was in the same era as them. They had curly hair initially, and then as they got older, they started wearing their hair straight. So that was when I started wearing my hair straight, and I was like, ooh, yes, I want to look like that. And I would try to copy the things that they did with their hair. Eventually, I just wasn't caring for my hair properly, and eventually a lot of it broke off. So I went back to braiding my hair and just letting the perm kind of ride its wave and get out of my hair. So I kept my hair braided again for a good amount of time after that, so that there was no more perm in my hair. So I got tired of the braids. It felt a little bit kiddie to me, while everybody else had. And obviously, like, looking back, I shouldn't be basing what I do with my hair off of trends or how everybody else is doing their hair, but I wanted straight hair. So I went back to getting my hair straightened, but not getting perm. So I used to go to the Dominican salons, and they would do a wash and set. So a roller set, essentially. They do rollers, put you under the dryer, then they blow dry your hair, then they flat iron your hair, and then probably also put a curling iron on your hair to like bump the ends or give you curls, however you want your hair styled. So that's a lot of heat. That's a lot of heat, and I was doing that every week or every other week, and in between that, I would flat iron my hair pretty much daily to keep it bone straight. Like, that is how I loved my hair. I was in that bone straight era where I just wanted my hair straight. No type of wave, no type of curl, just sleek, okay? So, of course, over time, that is going to lead to heat damage. So I did the roller sets for years and all of that heat. And at one point in there, I actually had my first big haircut. Actually, I did this twice. I cut my hair into a bob 2 different times, literally chin length bob. I think I have a picture of that, but it was taken on a flip phone, so I don't know how good that's gonna look. But yeah, my hair grew back down. I still like was getting these wash-in sets, these roller sets every week or every other week. So as you can imagine, it was a lot of heat. The amount of heat I was putting on my hair for years, the damage was inevitable. And honestly, at the time, I didn't even look at it as my hair being damaged. I was actually happy that my hair would stay straight on its own, because when you have textured hair and you're straightening it, which is an issue I have now, it doesn't really like to stay straight on its own. It will swell up at like anything. Any type of environmental factor is going to make your hair swell up or revert back and get frizzy or whatever the case may be. So that was an issue in the beginning. Over time, the more I kept straightening my hair just stayed straight pretty much on its own. Like, eventually I could be out and it would be like a little bit of rain or drizzle. My hair would not revert. It would not get curly again. It would not swell up. And I actually liked that because I wanted my hair to be bone straight, so I didn't really have to worry about my texture peeking through anymore. So 2015 is when I decided it's time to stop straightening my hair. That is when I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to be able to wear my natural curls. I wanted to be able to just try different styles. And the state that my hair was in, it was not holding a curl. Even if it was a curling iron, like, I couldn't really get those curls to stay. If I tried to braid out, which I used to be able to do, that wasn't the best. My natural curl pattern was completely out of the question. My hair was fried. So I said, let me stop putting heat on my hair and see what happens. And I did that for a year, where I was not putting any heat on my hair. So that was my Flexi Rod era. Because I really couldn't do much with the state of my hair, I was mostly doing Flexi Rod sets, and I loved it, actually. I used to get a lot of compliments on my Flexi Rod sets, and I just loved how voluminous my hair was and that it was curly and it was different. And so I enjoyed that time, but essentially, like, my hair was still damaged underneath that. But I was happy that I was able to do the Flexi Rod sets. So that's really all I did during this time where I wasn't putting heat on my hair, from 2015 to 2016. Anytime you saw me, it was either a Flexi Rod set or a bun, because I didn't have time to do my Flexi Rod set. So June 2016 is when I just went for it. I did the big chop, and I was not scared. Afterwards, I was very happy with my decision. I knew that I did not want to transition my hair. I would rather just start all over again, and it was literally the best decision ever, like, that I could have made for my hair. And I encourage anybody who is thinking about it to do it. I mean, it might not be for everyone. Some people would prefer to transition, but for me, big chop. That's always gonna be my answer. And I loved that I did that, because I'm not afraid to ever go back to doing that if I need to. But yeah, it was a new chapter. I started all over again. I loved the short hair, the journey of growing out my hair and the whole process. I just liked having a different look. It was a time, like, it was a little bit edgy. It was very different. It was like new to be wearing your hair naturally curly. And what I really loved is that I was learning my hair. Like, I was seeing my natural hair essentially for the first time. I never knew that my curls looked like that. I never knew that that was what my hair just looked like growing out of my scalp. And a lot of people can probably relate to that, because it was always straightened or in braids or whatever, like maybe blown out, but like what my natural curls looked like, that was my first time in life seeing what they looked like. And yeah, so I enjoyed going through that. My hair grew back. I used to take pictures every month of the growth initially when I first cut my hair, but then I stopped at some point. But my hair grew back with no issues. At that time, I wasn't really doing protective styles. I did not straighten my hair for a long time after my big chop because I was so scared of getting heat damage again. I just would not go near any type of heat at all. I like a blow dryer, a flat iron, a hooded dryer, nothing. I wanted my curls to be as virgin as possible, and I think I was just super traumatized from all the heat that I had been putting on my hair before. Eventually, I learned that, you know, heat here and there is not going to harm me as long as it's being used correctly. And so I wasn't even really trimming my hair the way I should have been because I did not want to put heat on my hair in order to trim it. And I know you can do curly cuts. I know that's a thing. I tried it and it wasn't for me. When I big chopped, that was a curly cut, and then I did another curly cut after that, maybe a year after my big chop. I went back in for a curly cut, and it didn't really get all of the split ends off that I needed it to. I still had some areas. I feel like now, straightening my hair with my texture and my hair, I just feel like straightening it, even if it's just blow drying it and stretching it, really helps to be able to see exactly what needs to be cut off. So that's what I do now. And yeah, and then I started my YouTube channel in 2021, and you guys have been here since, me documenting everything with my hair since that time, and here we are now. So what I would do differently if I had the foresight then that I have now about my hair: number one, not get a perm. I definitely should have listened to my mother on that one. It just wasn't necessary, and I probably could have just like straightened my hair without perming it and gotten the same results. So, I mean, eventually that's what I ended up doing, but I really didn't need a perm. I wish I knew how to take care of my hair better back then. I mean, I would experiment with the sister hairstyles, but I really didn't know how to take care of my hair or what to do with it. I wrapped my hair at night, I washed it every week, and that was essentially it. Like, I didn't know anything about moisture. I didn't know anything about like different hairstyles, or we didn't have YouTube back then. There was nothing like, it's just like you would either see something on TV in a magazine and you try to recreate it yourself, but there's really no way of knowing what's good for your hair unless you're going to a professional stylist. But I didn't know those things about my hair, which is probably why it broke off so terribly, and just like the heat damage, everything that came with that. I did not know any better, but that's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have fried my hair the way that I did. Actually, I don't know if I would have done that differently. I enjoyed my straight hair era. Definitely something I would have done differently. I've already shared this, is I would have trimmed my hair more often, pre-big chop, post-big chop. I'm just starting to learn the value in frequent trims now. But yeah, that's something I really should have been doing more before. Let me think, is there any part of my hair journey that I forgot or missed out on? While I'm editing this video, I realized there is one part that I forgot to mention that I would have done differently, and that is I would have started my YouTube channel sooner. I often think that it would have been nice if I started sharing on YouTube right after my big chop, because then I would have the whole natural hair journey documented from when I really started learning my curls and my hair, and just be able to look back at the growth. That was essentially it. The braiding era, the perm era, the straight hair era, the Flexi Rod era, and then the big chop era. I feel so much better that I have shared like my full hair journey with you guys, so you have a better idea of where I was and how I got here and everything that I kind of learned along the way. I wouldn't trade any of it, honestly. Let me know down below, leave me a comment and let me know if any of these eras resonated with you and your hair journey. Did you have a braids only era, a bone straight era, a big chop era? Let me know down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.